there, long time no see. This is Tracy and I am with Starting Over, off-grid North Idaho. So it's been a long time since I've posted a video. A lot of things have changed, and so we're going to be going step by step on our channel now from starting over, starting with nothing, bare land, off-grid. I do actually have some infrastructure here because there is already some things in place. But if you've been looking for how to do it step by step from the beginning, then this is going to be a great channel for you to subscribe to. So please hit like and hit subscribe, and I will take you through what's happened since the last time I saw you and everything that I'm going to be doing next. Okay, thanks. Here we go. Hi there. So, as you can see, things have changed a bit. I am still on the same off-grid property that I always was, but I'm no longer going to be in the main cabin. I have the fabulous Taj Mahal, as you can see back here. And yeah, Taj Mahal is a joke. As my granny would say, it looks like the grapes of wrath. It is a 1965 single-wide mobile. And things have changed a lot. And I found that I needed to start things over. And I wasn't in a position to go buy a piece of property with a cabin or a house just yet. And so this was an option that was available to me, and I am super grateful that I have it. And I'm really glad that I can stay on this property because I love this property and I know it pretty well. So we're going to be going with the channel now in the direction of not just off-grid and homestead living, but more about the step-by-step of how you get there from the starting point. So what happened is, I don't like to get into a lot of airing my personal stuff, but it's the big D, and I don't mean Dallas, right? A lot of you have been there, divorce. And so I am in that situation, and it's tough and it sucks, and we just keep moving forward, right? Because that's what we do. I've got 4 kids still at home. I homeschool them. I don't want to move to town. I don't want to put them in public school at this point. I just want to kind of keep doing what we were doing, but that's difficult. So I had the opportunity to get this mobile home really, really cheap, and I had somebody who was willing to help me get it moved up here, and so here it is. And so I am on the back part of the property. I have I don't know how much of the acreage is technically mine, but things are pretty amicable, and so I still have space for greenhouse and my gardens and chickens and things like that. So I'm really excited to try to start and make something good out of this, and I would just love to invite you all to join along and come with me for the ride. So in a few minutes, I'll take you inside the mobile. I'm going to come up with a cool name for her, but it hasn't come to me yet. So I'm sure she has a name and it'll come to me, but I haven't discovered it yet. So for now, she's the mobile. So we'll go inside. Like I said, it's a 1965. It's old, but shockingly in good condition. The people that I bought it from had it under one of those snow cover roofs, and they took really good care of it. So it's pretty structural. Some of the windows are broken out, so that's going to have to be something that I have to figure out. And I'm going to have to decide how to do all the systems. Like I said, on this property, there's already existing infrastructure, and I'm very blessed that I can tap into some of that if I want to. And just to start off, I probably will. Eventually, what I would like to do is I'd like to be more off-grid in the sense that use less electricity instead of trying to create more systems to provide more electricity. But I also have to balance that with being realistic. Like I said, I have 4 kids at home. They generate a ton of laundry. Moms, you know what I'm talking about. So the power to work an electric washing machine, it's well worth the compromise there. Additionally, I have to work. I have to pay bills now. I have to earn money, and I work from home. So I need power for a computer, for the internet, for a printer sometimes, things like that. So I do have to have power. And there's other things that are conveniences that I want power for. At this point, I don't have a root cellar. I don't have a really well-functioning cold room. So I would like to have a fridge, and I would like to have a freezer because my kids eat a lot of food. We all eat a lot of food, and those things are really, again, it's a compromise, it's a balance. So as far as the electricity needs, I am probably going to tap to start with the existing solar system that is already in place here. and then I will start to build up my own little independent solar system, and then I will just try to walk that back as I can to get things down to the bare minimum. So here we are. This is what we've got to work with, and this is what I'm going to try to do moving forward. It's a big job. It's going to be a long road. I live in North Idaho. Winterizing this thing is going to be a challenge. I know that. But I'm going to give it a go. So you guys can join me and see how we move forward from here. And I'm here to tell you, ladies, especially if you're older, I hear from a lot of ladies who are in my age bracket. I'm 52. That are single, that want to live this lifestyle, and they're scared. You know what? I'm scared too. I've been doing this for 4 years, but with an awful lot of help. So let's do it together. Let's try it together. You watch me. I think I can make this work, and you watch me and see how it goes. And I'm here to encourage you every step of the way. So I know technically what needs to be done. My muscles aren't always as strong, but I've got the kids. And you know, if all else fails, I can hire somebody or trade out some accounting or tax work and pay, barter with somebody to come up who's got muscles and a strong back to help me. And maybe that'll work for you too. So I want to be an encouragement to everybody out there who wants to do this, but they're just not sure if they can. So let me tell you, if I can do this, you guys can do this. So let's watch me sink or swim. Thanks. Hey, okay, so this is the inside. This is probably the best light right now because obviously I have no electricity set up yet. I don't have any lanterns or anything, so I don't have a lot of light in here right now, and it's a pretty overcast day. So I wasn't kidding. It's old. It looks rough. But the plan is in here is that we're going to clean everything. We're going to clean everything like crazy. These cabinets and these counters, again, surprisingly intact, surprisingly sturdy. They just look awful. So we're going to clean everything, and we're going to come through and primer and paint everything white to start with. We've already got the paint and the primer, got some basic supplies there, got a bunch of cleaning supplies, and we're going to see if we can at least clean it up and make it look not quite so scary. I'll be hanging some lanterns in here. I have a lot of lanterns that I've had stored and that I've used through the years. I also have a super cool, totally it's electric because it makes its own power with a little generator, but it's this really cool little self-generating light. So I'll be setting that up as soon as I find it because I packed it somewhere. As soon as I find that, I'll set that up and show it to you because it's like one of the coolest things I've ever had. But, so this is going to be the kitchen. We're going to keep these counters. We're going to clean everything, paint everything white. There's going to be new flooring going down in, just some basic cheap laminate flooring from Home Depot or whatever. And then I'm going to put an island right here that has like the little breakfast bar on it. And that's going to kind of serve as our dining table because there's just not a ton of room to do that, especially when you've got 4 kids plus me. So I'm going to turn you around now and show you the front room, and then we'll take a look at the rest. So if you're thinking, can I do this? You can do this if you're willing to. Some people have money and some people can build a cabin or buy a cabin, and that is awesome, and that's what we did the last time, and that worked out really well. But if you can't do that, there's options. You just got to be a little nitty-gritty and game to play, and you can make it happen. So I am fully convinced that I can make this happen, and it won't be that bad. Okay, I'm going to show you the front room next. Okay, it is what it is. This is the front room. It's not as big as most front rooms, but we've measured things out, kind of figured out what's going to go where, and it's going to work. It's going to work fine. We're going to have a couch, a love seat out here. Kids want a TV. I'm going to try to make that happen for them. I'm going to take this corner over here, and that's going to be the office most of the time. If I have anything that really needs privacy or confidentiality or quiet, I'll relocate back into the bedroom and work back there. But for the most part, this front room area and that kitchen I just showed you are going to be the base of operations for all 5 of us every day. and it's going to be okay. Out that window is the picture that I've posted. I'm going to probably make that like the profile picture or the background or something for the page, for the channel. But it's a beautiful view. It looks down the holler towards the ponds and the creek, and it's gorgeous. It's very calming. And to be honest, ever since we've had this property, I've always wanted to be more towards the back of it. where the existing cabin was, it's right on the road. And not that there's a lot of traffic on the road, there's only us, and when we first moved here, there was just us and one other full-time resident on this whole entire mile-long private road, and a couple of people who come up in the weekends during the summer. As the years have gone by, we now have another full-time resident past us and a few more weekenders who are coming up. So there is more traffic out there. And I live off grid because I'm a private person and I like that, and I want to be in the middle of nowhere. That's why I live so far out. So actually for me to be able to be back here at the back of the property where I can look out the window and I can see down on my ponds and stuff, that is actually a super cool benefit for me. So I'm really into that. And I also think that I might have a spring. I'm pretty sure that the spring that feeds the ponds is right next to the trailer. And so my hope is to dig around in there and maybe make myself a spring box, or even better yet, a spring house. How cool would that be? So this is a really cool location on the property for me. I'm really happy about it. Okay, next thing, I'll show you the scary back half of the trailer, which is not as bad as this is. Trust me, that's worse. You'll see. Okay, so here is bedroom number 1. Itty bitty little typical old mobile home bedroom. Got a built-in closet and some drawers. And this is going to be for one of my younger daughters. Okay, and this is bedroom number 2. And this is the extent of the bedrooms. This one is quite a bit larger, and we're going to have this bedroom be shared by myself and one of my other daughters. It again has the built-ins that were really typical in these older mobiles, a closet and some drawers. So we're gonna do what we need to do with this. And actually, one of the really good things about this mobile is that the wiring at some point was updated. So my ex-husband has gone through the wiring for me very nicely and double-checked. Everything is good. I think he said it's up to code, but he said it's very safe and it's all been updated and newer. So that's a really big relief. So if I do, I am going to have to run some electricity here for things. And so at least I know that it's going to be safe. So again, we're going to be putting down new flooring, cleaning everything and painting everything white to begin with. Then we're going to probably do the bedrooms and the front and the kitchen area, maybe the front room, in some different colors. We'll decide. I think the girls have already decided on some bedroom colors that they want. And we're just going to try to cheer this place up, brighten it up, and make a go of this. So, bedroom number 2. Okay, and this is not coming in focus very well. I think probably because of the super dim lighting. But this is the very boring bathroom. But it is a decent sized bathroom because it's got a space and the hookups in here for a washer and dryer. And so that's super helpful. It's got some cabinets in here for storage, which is super helpful. When things were getting moved, the mirror over the little sink, I'm going to move you, try not to make you too nauseous. You can't really see it anyways with the dim lighting. The mirror totally broke, so that's okay. We'll just paint everything. We'll come up with a new mirror. We're going to try to make it look cute. And this is the basics of what we need. Now, you probably have done the math and you're probably sitting there saying, hey, this lady has 4 kids and she's only talking about bedrooms for 2 of them. And you are exactly right. There is not enough space. I technically could cram all 4 kids in here. I mean, we lived in the 1-room cabin for 3 years and we survived, but it sucked and nobody wants to go back to that. So the kids, my 2 teenagers, 2 of my kids are teenagers now, the 2 oldest, and they're just going to sleep in their bedrooms in the regular cabin now. They have bedrooms over there now, and they're just going to sleep in there, and we're going to try to function the rest of the time out here. And this is going to be, hopefully this is a temporary situation. Hopefully this is going to be for about a year. The goal is that as of next January, when I can file my taxes, I will have 2 years of my self-employment taxes, which means I'm technically eligible for a mortgage. So I have to make sure that my credit score is good again, because it took some hits in the last 2 years, but we're on our way back. And I have to make sure I have a down payment. And then, of course, how much mortgage I will qualify for totally depends on how much money I earn this year. What I made last year is already set, so I will be busting out trying to earn as much as I can. But all that to say that hopefully next spring I will have a down payment and I will be qualified for a mortgage, and I can
at least buy land. I think I want to stay here in our county because I love it here and the kids love it here, but it's way expensive. And so we're just going to be seeing what we can find, see what I qualify for. The very big likelihood is that I will hopefully be able to buy some land with a mortgage and then move this sucker over there. At which time I would then be adding onto it with some of those portable sheds and things that you see, so that I would have sufficient bedrooms for all the kids. That's a really big deal to me after everyone being crammed in the cabin for so long in one room, and especially with the kids all now turning, two of them are teenagers and the other two are going to be teenagers in the next 2 years. I am really big on everybody having some space and privacy. That's a big priority to me. So that's the plan. So right now, 3 of us will sleep in here. The 2 teenagers will sleep in the regular cabin. And we will make do. We've got what we need here. We can make this work. So this is how we're going to do it. Off grid up here, starting all over.
Okay, so that's the mobile home. That's the plan. Am I kind of crazy? Yeah, probably wouldn't be the first time I've been called that. Could I totally fail at this? Yeah, I could. Do I have other options? I have a few. They're not ones that I would prefer. I could move to West Virginia. I'm not ready to do that yet. I could move home maybe with my family, but there's a reason why I left my hometown. As much as I love it, I'm not really wanting to take the kids back there at this point. So I want to make this work, and we're going to see how this goes, and I'm glad you're along for the journey. And if you have questions, absolutely throw them out. There are no stupid newbie questions, because I'm going to be going through all this stuff again. It's one thing to do it when you've got a husband who knows what he's doing and is a contractor and is a solar expert and all these other things. And with him making all the plans and kind of running the show, things work really well. So this will be different. I'm going to be making my own decisions, and I'm going to screw a bunch up. There's no doubt. But I'm going to keep after it. So I don't think any questions are stupid questions. Your questions will probably help me think of things that I forgot. And we can learn this together. We can put this into place together, and we can make it work. So, all right. Thank you for being with me. And I will be posting much more regularly now. I got to figure out how to do the live things here. So I'm hoping to do 1 live and at least 1 other video per week. So thank you guys so much. This is Tracy with Starting Over, Off Grid North Idaho. Thanks.